Hey, what's up, RegenAG Nation? Let's take a look at this cornfield real quick. I just want to give you a little bit of a scouting report, things that we've been seeing over the last week, and a couple things to project looking forward. Our weather conditions have toned down just a little bit, and so we're kind of in the mid-90s, I would say, right now, and probably out for the next week. I think we have 100-degree day on the forecast. But we're toning down just a little bit for the next probably 10 days or so. We're going to get a little breath of fresh air here and a little bit less stressful conditions for the plants. So I think that's going to be really good. We're kind of in that premium growing conditions. So anyway, let's get into a few things. As you can see, I'm in a gorgeous cornfield and things are just looking tremendous in here. And I want to talk about a couple unique things this week and just maybe give you some tidbits to think about for the following years. And so let me check out these ears of corn. I want to talk to you about this real quick. So what we have going on here is this is 2 ears of corn from a single plant, and one of them is obviously looking really beautiful and the other one is lacking a little bit. I want to tell you where I found these in the field and why this happens to these corn plants. So first of all, as a standard practice, most people are harvesting a single ear of corn per stalk, and that's pretty standard. A lot of times, if you are doing really well on your nutrition and you have really healthy soils and good weather conditions and good watering practice and all these things, you'll have plenty of nutrients, you'll have really low stressed plants, and you'll end up setting more than one ear on each individual stalk. But the problem is a lot of times after you set that second ear, what your plant ends up doing is it runs out of energy to fill out that second ear. And so that's what we have happening here. As you can see, it pollinated because you're seeing some of the yellow kernels popping out, so it's pollinated, but guess what? It pushed all of its energy towards this beautiful one here, and so this one is lacking in nutrition, and that's just simply due to the plant saying, okay, we got to that stage where we want to fill the fruit, we don't have enough energy though, so we got to go and put it towards that primary ear, and that other one falls behind and ends up looking like this. Now let me show you another set of ears. This is 2 ears off of a single plant. 2 beautiful ears that are going to produce, it's going to be really high yields. I wish everything looked like this. And let me tell you where I found these in the field. I found them in between the headland and where they go into their main rows. And guess what? We have, you know, probably 3-foot row spacing in between this. So here's why this is happening. What you end up doing is producing photosynthetic energy. So your plant is photosynthesizing and it's producing sugars inside the plant, and those sugars are energy for the plant to uptake nutrients. They'll translocate them, they'll push them into the soil as root exudates. The root exudates feed biology, and the biology helps pull up and mineralize nutrients for the corn plant to uptake. So if you don't have enough photosynthesis or available energy for your plant, then it can't do things like this. It ends up looking something like this. And you know, if you're even more stressful conditions, well, it won't even set that second ear. So I want to explain that to you. These 2, by the way, I found just about 6 feet in where the row spacing got really narrow, and so they weren't very far from these ones right here. So those are some tidbits to help you understand. This might be some food for thought in the coming years. Maybe some trials are in the making here, where you try some different row spacing, you get some better photosynthesis because of those wider row spacing. Maybe you sacrifice some plants per acre, but if you have 2 ears that look like that, then you don't need, 40,000 populations per acre. You can do something like 32,000 and still end up with higher yields. So anyway, a couple things on that. Always, guys, remember to be feeding your plants. This is one of the earliest cornfields in the valley that I know of, so you might be a little bit farther behind. You might be in some of those critical stages where your corn plant is taking up a ton of nutrients and it's going to be working on sizing up fruit like this. So just pay attention, make sure your fields are watered up good, and guys, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe, and remember, make farming fun again.